What is going on, fellow Wastelanders? Shock Radio here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a bit of a mini crafting guide for the Frostbite Assault Battle Pass. So today we're going to talk about what I would personally and what I am going to be spending my lighters on if you are the owner of the Battle Pass. And if you would like to win a Battle Pass on PlayStation, Xbox, or Steam, stop by our live stream Sunday or Wednesday on YouTube and Twitch for your chance to win. So we're going to talk about what I would personally use my lighters for. And then if you do not own the Battle Pass, or even if you do have the Battle Pass and you're looking to make some other items, what potentially is worth crafting and how you can go about crafting those items. So to start it off, personally I am saving my lighters here for another narwhal. Now this Battle Pass gives you one of each of the weapons fused. And the Scotty, I'd say you honestly kind of need 3 of them to make a full Scotty build. Potentially you can use like 2 Scotties and a support weapon, or you can use the Scotty as a support weapon, which means you can actually use your free Scotty with like a flash build or on a Leviathan. So I think just having 1 Scotty in this case is enough for me. Let me know in the comments below what you think. So I'm personally going to go for a matching narwhal. That way I can have a complete narwhal build from the Battle Pass. Now they give you a fin whale fused engine and a fused Yeti stealth module. I will say, if you are going to be crafting anything from the Frostbite Assault Battle Pass, I think the shining stars are going to be the fin whale, the whaler, and the Yeti engine in terms of profitability, and potentially they may be used in future crafting recipes. Now if you're thinking about using your lighters for other things, say the Jotun engine or Quasar's whirlwinds, I would honestly recommend not doing that personally. Now these are relatively inexpensive items. You see here the Jotun is only 500 700 coin. The Quasars are even less. The rune is probably the best way to go after you've gotten a narwhal with your lighters. If you have leftover lighters for the 250, you can't go wrong with having 2 rune modules. Will definitely come in handy anytime you are running a Yeti cloak engine, since that is the ammunition for the Yeti cloak, as well as if you ever want to run any kind of boosters, runes will come in handy for that as well. And also, if you're just looking at the cost, it is one of the most expensive items. So if you're going to spend your lighters on something besides a narwhal, I would definitely recommend spending lighters on the rune. Now when it comes to crafting, I would highly recommend crafting a rune as well. It is quite obnoxious. The rune recipe does call for piercers, so you kind of have to decide if it's really worth buying up runes potentially, or buying these piercers, or crafting the piercers. To craft the piercers, you need bullet casings, you may be aware, and they are unattainable in the game from grinding, so you might have to put some low bids trying to buy up the bullet casings that way so you can craft piercers. Perhaps look out for any events over the coming weekends in which you might be able to trade in your coupons for bullet casings. Sometimes CROSSOUT does run events like that, in which case the bullet casings will lower in cost. I've gotten bullet casings for 40 coin, 60 coin, 20 coin. Currently they are just going to be going up in price as it gets closer to the end of the Frostbite Assault. So we'll see what happens there. But the piercer is the big contender here when you're crafting the runes. But I would still highly recommend having a rune or 2 at your disposal for after this Battle Pass is over. Whale engine could also be a great item to craft for profits later down the road, or if you are not purchasing the Battle Pass, you may be able to obtain these items for cheap enough to craft yourself a fin whale generator, or buy one off the market. One of the 2 there. The Jotun 500 to 700 coin, the blockchain 400 to 650 or so on console. The fidget is probably going to be the hardest one to get again, because that takes bullet casings between 800 and 1200 coin on console. Now currently I think the whaler cabin is probably one of the most profitable items to craft at the moment. Now it remains to be seen after this Battle Pass is over, but the Jotun is the only item to craft the whaler that is an uncraftable item, or not easily obtainable. The thresher you can acquire in the nomads faction simply by crafting, or you can buy it on the market. And the Fafnir you can acquire in the I think it's the Lunatics, or sorry, the Firestarters faction, or buy that on the market. All these are generally cheap to purchase on the market. We can do some quick math real quick. 650, 650 is 1300, and then you gotta add the 1200, so you got 2500, and then you have 700, so you have 3100, and then the cost of the resource, which puts it just under the price to buy the cabin is the cost to craft it. And then as the battle pass ends, the price may go up, especially if they do the energy changes and give the medium and legendary cabins kind of more energy than the epic and heavy cabins in the upcoming changes. And fun fact, the fin whale engine will be only, I think, 1 or 2 energy with the upcoming energy changes, versus the Yeti is going to be 3 energy points with the upcoming energy changes. So that might mean the fin whale might be a little bit more valuable than the Yeti if those changes do go into effect down the road. So keep that in mind as well when you're crafting these items. Now you may be inclined to fuse like the Omnibox or the Bastion cabin, but I do want to point out that those 2 items are kind of low in cost compared to other purple cabins. So again, you're better off, say, crafting humpback cabins, selling them, and then buying Omniboxes, buying Bastions, waiting for more of a guaranteed fusion event down the road, and kind of saving your lighters for something better off. If you're thinking about using lighters for the Quasar or the Whirlwind, I just have to point out that these items are very inexpensive compared to other purple weapons that you could craft to sell for profit, to potentially fuse those weapons down the road. So yeah, even the Blockchain, Lancelot, Thresher, Thunderbolts even are much more profitable. Caucus, Incinerators, those are all craftable items that go for much more. Fuse drones even, oh my golly, Grav Stars, just a lot more options of more profitable items than, say, the Quasar or the Whirlwind to use. Now these legendaries are also really awesome fusions, especially Mammoths. Cannons, you can't really go wrong with fusing these cannons here for lighters, but one thing I really don't like about fusing legendary weapons, especially say these legendaries, say Mammoth, Nidhogg, Hammerfall, there are relic versions of these weapons that are, you know, subjectively better. So instead of having these legendaries that you're stuck with forever, you may want to craft the relic version of Mastodon, or a Nidhogg, you might want to go with the Jormungandr. Hammerfall, you might want to go with a Breaker. Instead of being stuck with the legendary version, craft the best version of it that you can. That's just kind of my philosophy. One reason I just shy away from getting legendaries fused is I feel like there's a lot more to have out of having relics, or say a bunch of fused purples or teal weapons than having legendaries. But that's just my opinion, to each their own. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to be fusing any of these guys. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's kind of my synopsis. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, let me know in the comments below your thoughts on anything in this video. If you disagree, agree, or just are neutral about it. And if you want to catch us live, check us out on YouTube and Twitch every Sunday and Wednesdays. Earn your coins on Wednesdays, and then Sundays we plan on having giveaways. So definitely stop by and take part in those giveaways. Appreciate you guys. Much love out there, and I'll see you guys in the next video.